to have 5-7 season, have Mel Tucker then fired for sexual harassment of Brenda Tracy, and then to go through those legal battles and to see go through that, then bring in Jonathan Smith, nice person. I'll not say a bad thing about Jonathan Smith, the person. And he was dealt a tough hand here coming in after Mel Tucker. And then in year 2 of Mel Tucker or Jonathan Smith, he gets sanctioned from Mel Tucker's recruiting violations. It's hilarious that we get sanctioned for recruiting violations. It's the adage of the NCAA, like, we're not going to punish our tier 1 brand school names. We'll go handle punishments elsewhere. Where Michigan State, they were self-reported of, flying a recruit in or, sending the parents on vacation so they wouldn't go take another visit. And so we get hit with some recruiting violations in the middle of year 2 of Jonathan Smith. And I think us MSU fans, we kind of deserve a break from this garbage that's just happening for the football level. We deserve to have the fun back in our lives. We deserve to have a good defense. I mean, hell, like, we're here, and like the thing I'm most excited about, we'll dive this to later episodes, like Max Bolla is back. Like, he was the co-defensive coordinator at Notre Dame, and it felt like kind of a pipe dream of bringing him back without giving him the full DC title. And we keep Joe Rossi on, and we get to bring Bolla in as the co-defensive coordinator. Like, sign me up. Like, that's great. Like, and to have Pat Fitzgerald here, who I think pretty much all Big Ten fans respect the hell out of Pat Fitzgerald. Like, a couple years ago when Tucker was fired, I thought maybe Pat Fitzgerald is just, was just let go. It was like, maybe we don't touch that yet. And, we didn't. Fitzgerald went through his wrongful termination suit, won that. And it seemed like in the back ends that Pat Fitzgerald was brought in and hired, and hear what Pat Fitzgerald had to say just leading up to that hiring, talking about how, he went and visited other colleges. He was trying to learn this whole new NIL landscape. And maybe I'm a sucker for letting Pat Fitzgerald win the press conference, but you know what? That's an important first step, at least to just get us through to the start of the season. We got to be excited about something around here, especially after the last 2 years of Mr. Monotone, Mr. Joe Cool Sidelines, Jonathan Smith. And granted, he was a nice person, but man, did that man not show a single emotion. So, I mean, just ecstatic to get back to seeing some energy in Spartan Stadium, to, when Pat Fitzgerald was coming in the Breslin Center, pumping the zone up, pumping the crowd up. And just, it was nice to have that life and that little energy, that little tingle, getting excited about football season, that we weren't trying to, us as fans, we had to kind of create that buzz, because that's the hard part. We have a coach out there that's, ready to pump us up. And, brought up earlier, as Pat Fitzgerald said, that he's in the foxhole with us. And I'm just glad he's here. There could have been other coaches that we could have brought in, but, it is what it is. The great Sean Belegian always says, it is what it is. Pat Fitzgerald's here. I'm going to be a Pat Fitzgerald guy until, he gives me a reason not to be. That's one thing you'll learn about me quick. Like, I'll tell it as it is, but like, I'm not going to look back and say, hey, we should have, could have, would have done this. Pat Fitzgerald's here. I'm going to be rooting for Pat Fitzgerald to succeed like hell, because, we want to be those days of Mark D'Antonio again. Like, we're knocking off these top teams where, when's the last time we had one of those signature wins for Michigan State? It's been at least 5 years since we've had a, great, a game we shouldn't have won. We shouldn't have won that we won. Like, I'm excited to have that type of mentality that, it's cliche, that Spartan dog mentality that people like to make fun of. But like, when the days of Mark D'Antoni, that's what it felt like though. Like we had that belief, we had that energy, and we haven't had that for so long. And I think Pat Fitzgerald can kind of install that. You have Max Bulla here, who lived it, went through it, was a captain of it, to build that type of mentality with this team. And I'm just ready for it. I'm ready for football season. I'm ready to start, seeing pads on pads, and I'm just ready for football, ready for you guys to live this journey out with me too. So say Michigan State Live. We're going to be live on Voice of College Football Facebook. We're live on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube. It's Michigan State VOCFB. So I'll get that down. Michigan State VOCFB is where you can subscribe on Twitter. Michigan State at the Voice of College Football. And I'm ready for football season to begin. And I know we all kind of are. We all are until basketball starts rolling around. I mean, hell, Moneyball just started off, and I haven't gone through the tweets yet of, the awesome things that Cohen Carr and Jeremy Fears are doing, but I'm sure I'll look at that here in just a little bit. But my eyes are on football now, and I'm excited for everyone to be along with this journey. So as of now, shows will be Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 p.m. Like, subscribe, hey, rewatch, leave comments if there's certain things you want to talk about leading up to the season. We'll dive into a little bit of everything. It's the Voice of College Football Network, but we're going to talk everything Michigan State. So when basketball season starts ramping up a little bit, we'll dive into a little basketball. If hockey gets off to the hot starts again and goes for another Big Ten title, we'll talk a little bit of hockey, bring some people on, bring some reporters on that know maybe just a little bit more than me at different subjects. We'll have them on. I'm excited to bring some people on, and I'm just excited for this whole journey. So thanks for everyone for watching. We'll be back Thursday, 9 p.m. Michigan State College Football show. It's on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel. We'll be back Thursday, 9 p.m. Thank you all for joining us on this first show. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at RyanEL_KEY. So that way you just know how to pronounce my last name, EL_KEY. Find me on Twitter. And we'll have lots to talk about. So, hey, thanks for everyone for joining.